All right. Today I'm going to teach you about a new game. It is called the multiple game. You can actually see there's two game boards on one. It's a real quick game, but it's a great way to practice your factors and multiples. So if you're struggling with that fluency, it's a great thing. Also, maybe you're really fast at your multiplication, but this is a great strategy game to really make you think about your next move. So we're going to be playing that, but I just want to review a couple things that might be a little bit confusing. So it's called the multiple game. Let's talk about what a multiple is. It's the result of multiplying a number by a whole number. Well, let's look at that. 15, 18, 30 are all multiples of 3 because you could do 3 times 5 to get 15, 3 times 6 to get 18, or 3 times 10 to get 30. Okay, so it's anything like if you take 5, the multiples are 5, 10, 15, 20, 5,000, 55, anything like that, okay? Factors are related with multiples because you can take two factors and multiply them together, and that gives you your product, okay? So they are numbers we can multiply together to get a product. Here's an example. 8 and 4 are factors of 32 because 8 times 4 equals 32. 16 and 2 are also factors because 16 times 2 equals 32. So for example, like the number 16, the different factors are 1 because 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and then 4 because 4 times 4. So they're all factors, okay? And I actually argue, I think this game should maybe be called, and you're going to see why once we start playing, I think the better name would have been the factor game, okay? So let's go over the rules for this game, okay? It's not super complicated, but we're going to go over them anyway. So player 1, they choose a multiple on the board, okay? And you get that many points. So if you choose 13, you'll get 13 points. If you choose 24, you'll get 24 points. So you might say, well, why don't you just pick the highest number? Well, you're going to see why. So once you pick that number, player 2 will get the points of all the factors of that number. So if you pick the number 12, you get 12 points. Player 2 will get to pick the 1, a 2, and a 6, because they're factors, 3 and 4. They don't get the 12 because you already got that. Only one person can get it. So you got to kind of think about, oh, what do I want to do? All right. Then you're going to go, it will be player 2 will choose a multiple on the board, and player 1 chooses all the remaining factors. I say remaining factors. That's important because if the 2 is already taken and the multiple they chose is also a factor of 2, you don't get those points. Once the points have been taken by somebody, they're gone for the game. Okay? You'll keep going until there's no remaining factors left. It doesn't mean all the numbers are going to be used because what you're going to find is you're going to end up with a bunch of prime numbers left and one's already going to be taken, so you can just stop the game. There's no point in going there. Yeah, and you'll play until there's no options left. A couple things about this. I said one. You cannot pick the same number as somebody, and I'll show you that. Second one, if you pick a number and there's no remaining factors for that number, you don't get the points. So if you pick 27 and the 1, the 3, and the 9 are already taken, since there's no remaining factors, you don't get your 27 points and you lose your turn, and I'll show you how that's going to look. So there's just a couple of the things that I wanted to touch on there. All right, I'm going to bring this closer here so we can start. Sorry about that. So we can start to play. All right. And as you can see, we're going to do player 1, player 2 is just going to go by color. Okay, so player 1 will go first, and they can choose any number on the board. So let's go ahead. I'll choose 25, and I'll use circles there, and now I'm going to use my brown one. So 1 and 25, I get that one, and also 5 and 5. All right, no other factors of 25. So that's what it means for that round. Blue got 25 points, and brown got 6 points. So pretty good round for blue. Now brown gets to choose any of the numbers on here. Okay, so I don't know, for brown, let's choose 18. I got 18 points. That means they get 2, and 9, because 2 times 9 would get me 18. They also get 3 and 6. Not a great turn for brown. They're not off to a great start. Okay, so now it's blue's turn to choose a factor. Blue's like, all right, I want to get a lot of points, so I'm going to choose a high number. Well, look what happens here. When they choose the 29, it is a prime number. The only other factor is 1. 1 is already taken. Blue actually loses their turn. They do not get those 29 points. So it is back to brown. Okay, brown can choose anything. So let's go ahead and choose, I don't know, let's say 21. So I get 21 points. Blue gets the factors. Well, 1 is already taken. 3 is already taken, so I can't get those again. I got them from the last time, but I don't get them again. But 7, I do get that. Okay, so now it is blue's turn. And they're like, oh, I lost a lot of points last time. Let's see if I can rack up 30 points. So yeah, so you get 30 points. I go in here. 5 and 6 are taken. 2 and 15, that's 1. 2 and 15. 2 is already taken, so I just get the 15. 3 and, 10's available too. So not a bad little point. I got 25 points on that one. 5 and 6 were already taken, so I can't get those. So now it's brown's turn. All right, let's say brown says, I'm going to take 14. Blue goes, 1 and 14, that's not available. 2 and 7. Uh-oh. Brown does not get those points because there were no factors still available. All right, blue's going to go ahead and take 24. So brown, 1 and 24, 2 and 12. 3 and 8 give me 24. 4 and 6. The 6 already taken, but I can get the 4. Okay, and that's all of them there. And you can see why we're circling all the factors. That's why I kind of feel like it should be called the factor game, but I kind of see where they're coming from with that. All right, so it is brown's turn. I'm looking, okay, well, I can't do 11 because it's just 1. 13 is also just 1. 16 is 1 and 16 and also 4, so that would not be able to get me points. So I can't do that. Can't do 17. Can't do 19. 20, I can't do that. It's 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 5 and 4. Let's see. If I do 26, this person just gets 2 and 13. Okay, and my last one here, I can't do this one. Could do 22. And that means this person gets 11. All right, so the next thing I need to do is add up all my points. So I add up my blue points. Okay, I got 13, 18, 27, 40, 62, 66. 42, 48, 51, 60, 84, 109, 100, blue. So I didn't check this real quick, but I think in my head I got 139 for blue. And if I'm wrong, you can tell me. That's why you should always check your work, but I want you to get to start playing. So put those together, 10, 20, 40, 51, 65, 86, 104, 130. Now, I might not be correct on those, but I added all those up and I got my points. So this is the multiple game. I hope you have fun playing it. Have a good one.